Morning, all prepper Pam here. As you guys know, if you've watched my videos, you know that I make cakes in my canning jar. I do brownies, cornbread mix, blueberry muffins. I do all that. So today I'm going to be trying angel food cake. I'm going to make it in my angel food cake pan, but then I'm going to set some aside and do a couple half-pint jars also. Now, the thing that I do differently from everyone else, I use duck eggs. They're expensive to buy, but we raise them. And I use duck eggs for a couple reasons. One reason is if you're gluten-free, you know when you're baking your breads and stuff, they don't rise very well. They kind of turn out like a brick. Your bread is not really that soft. But when you use duck eggs, there is an enzyme in the duck eggs that makes your gluten-free breads and pastries and stuff very light and fluffy. And so that's one reason I prefer it. Pastry chefs also prefer duck eggs over regular chicken eggs. And right now we're inundated with duck eggs. So that's another reason I'm trying to use up some of my duck eggs. My son puts some of them in the incubator and we have a ton left. So I'm going to be using duck eggs today, and I'm going to be canning in my half-pint jars. Now I have some of the yolks already separated. When you do this, you have to leave the egg whites out on the counter, room temperature. You have to let them become room temperature. If you don't do that, you're going to screw up your angel food cake. So I'm going to finish cracking these duck eggs, and I'm going to let this set for probably half hour or so. You just want them to be the temperature in your, in your room, in your house. Okay, so while everything was, while the egg whites were at room temperature, I got everything assembled. You're going to need 1.5 cups of sifted powdered sugar. Sifted. You don't sift your stuff, it's not going to turn out. So I have 1.5 cups of sifted powdered sugar. I have 1 cup of sifted flour. 12 egg whites. I use duck eggs. If you don't have duck eggs, use chickens. It doesn't matter. I've got my cream of tartar, my vanilla, and 1 cup of sugar. So I save my egg yolks for creme brulee, in case you were wondering. Okay, so I'm going to put the vanilla. I'm going to put the vanilla and the egg whites in my mixer. And the cream of tartar. So, cream of tartar, you need 1.5 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Okay, so there's 1. And there's a half. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I kind of eyeball it a little bit more. Make sure that's locked down. Oop, helps to plug it in. Sorry. So you let this go till soft peaks form. Okay, so let's check. Okay, good. This is what you want. You want soft. You want it soft. Okay? Now we're going to add in the sugar. Not the powdered sugar, the regular sugar. And you're going to put the sugar in until the stiff peaks start to form. Lock that down. Okay, so this is how you want it. You see this, how stiff it is? That's how you want it. Okay, so the recipe that I use, I'm now going to be folding in the powdered sugar and the flour. Don't mix it with the beater, you fold it. You don't want to break down the stiffness of the peaks. So you get it all done. And this is why you want to sift it, because you want it nice and silky. If you don't sift it, your angel food cake is going to bomb. It is not going to turn out. Alrighty. It's all nice and incorporated. I've got my angel food cake pan and my jars. I'm only going to do 2 angel food cakes in the jars. I've never done it before. I don't know if it's going to turn out because it doesn't have the little legs on it. So we're going to see how this happens here. Put this down. Move that back. No grease, no nothing. You just put it in the jars and the pan the same way. So, scoop some out here. If it gets on the rim, clean it off. No big deal. You don't want to fill it too full though, because you got to put your lid on it. I'm only going to fill it about that full. A little more than half. 3/4 is probably pushing it. We'll see. Get some of this off here. Yeah, I'm not gonna put any more than that in it. And if you put too much and it overflows the jar, just cut it off before you put the seal on, and wipe off the seal so there's no crumbs or anything before you put that seal on there. What is that? Okay. So now I'm going to pour it into the pan. You want to get all you can. Pure yumminess. This is a fat-free dessert, but it's full of sugar. It's, yeah, crazy. So, just kind of put it around so it's level. Right there. Okay. I'm using my inside oven today because I don't have a very good temperature reading on my outside oven, so I do have to use my electric power today, which totally ticks me off. You want to put this on the lower rack, and the jars, the jars go in. I'm going to put the jars on a little pan. Hold on here. So I'm going to put the jars on a little pan. There we go. And this is supposed to cook for 42 minutes. It's different in the jars, like I said, because the jars are glass. So keep an eye on it. Check it with your cake tester. But it's 42 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, so let's check on this. Oh, holy crap. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I gotta get these out and check them. Oh my God, this is hysterical. These are done. Okay, so I filled the jar a little more than half. This is what happened. Let me check again down here. This is my cake tester. Another hole. Good. So I'm going, oh my God. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the top part. Oh boy. Let's see if I can do this without killing myself here. Ow. Oh, crap. Okay, so I cut the top off of the, I cut the cake off the top, and I put on the seal. And you do this when it's still hot. You put the seal on and the ring, and it seals itself. It's good for, I would say, well, we've had them up to a year, and they're still good. So those are done. I just now know not to put in so much angel food cake mix. And the other one is sitting here. It's still cooling, and I haven't taken it out yet. So anyway, it looks like it turned out. Just don't put so much mix into it. That was funny. But the part that I cut off, I ate, and it was absolutely perfect. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email. So this was the big one cooked at 350 for 42 minutes. These small ones cooked at 350, and it was about 25 minutes. You have to keep an eye on the jars because the glass gets hotter than the metal pan. But if you do it and it gets, you know, the mix comes out of the jar, just cut it off, and you take a little wet damp Scott towel or a clean wash rag, and you get it off the rim, and you put your seal on and the ring. Boom, done. So those two turned out perfect. I can't wait. So now I know that it turns out great. And don't use any grease. But look at that. Absolutely perfect. So you got your angel food cake. If you want to take it to work or on a picnic or a late night snack. Got any questions, shoot me an email. Pepper Pam out.